Meanwhile, the ANC's National Integrity Commission is recommending the party's Secretary-General Ace Magashule step aside. The commission further recommends that he be suspended as an ANC member if he refuses to step aside. But ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe says the party's top decision-making body has not seen the report and that Magashule will remain on as SG because processes have to be followed. Magashule is facing fraud and corruption charges relating to the more than 200 million rand asbestos tender in the Free State. Govan Whittles is tracking this story for us. He joins us now live. So, Govan, just how serious is this report from the Integrity Commission?
It is very serious when you consider the attacks that have been leveled against the NEC and its apparent inability to make a decision or come to any decision against the Secretary-General. But it's also very serious because this report is leaked and it now places a lot of public pressure on the ANC to act against Ace Magashule or to prove that it is not compromised or perceived to be paralyzed, as the Integrity Commission says. But the ANC itself is, at this point, concerned with how this report landed up in the public, and it also believes that there are still a number of processes which need to be followed before this report could eventually be discussed at the NEC. But when you read the report, it's clear that the Integrity Commission is trying to paint the NEC or get them in a corner and try to force them to make a decision against the Secretary-General. And they seem very aware of the balance of forces in the NEC to an extent that they believe that it would impact on their ability to take such a decision. But let's see what Pule Mabe, the spokesperson of the ANC, has to say about the report being leaked and the fact that the ANC top officials haven't discussed it yet.
The National Executive Committee of the ANC, at the right time, it will engage and interact with reports that comes before it. And if the NEC wants to pronounce itself on such reports, it shall do so. As matters stand, the National Executive Committee of the ANC has not sanctioned the distribution of any report, none whatsoever. But it is aware of the existence of a report from the Integrity Commission. It will, as a structure, when that report comes to it formally, interact with the report and express itself. I think it's only safer to give the NEC that space. So what is important here is that the NEC is not denying the existence of an Integrity Commission report. But the NEC then says that with a report existing, it will formally deal with such once it has interacted with it. The ANC is a very big organization that takes itself seriously. Immediately the ANC wants to enter the space of interacting and giving opinion on reports whose distribution it did not sanction. It runs the risk of formulating a view outside meetings.
All right, so what does that mean for Ace Magashule in the meantime then?
Well, he remains the Secretary-General, as ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe says, but he's also in an interesting position because his fate within the ANC will be decided based on scheduled calendar events for the ANC. So ordinarily one would think that a special NEC meeting would be called because of the seriousness of the recommendations and also the criticism of the NEC in the Integrity Commission report. But spokesperson Pule Mabe says that right now they're focusing on the January 8th statement of the ANC's birthday. And usually they meet at the beginning of January to decide how that program is going to go. So we would most likely see a fully fledged debate on this Integrity Commission's report happening only after January 8th. So it leaves Ace Magashule in his position as Secretary-General at least until after New Year. Let's have a look at what Pule Mabe had to say.
The Secretary-General remains the SG of the ANC and expected to do the work that an SG of the ANC is expected to be doing. The National Executive Committee of the ANC is fully aware of processes that are to be undertaken. The last NEC that we had, where the NEC was closed by the President, whose closing was made open to the media, did outline what is going to be happening going forward. The Secretary-General himself subsequently addressed the media in a press conference outlining resolutions of that National Executive Committee, including talking to this specific matter and how it is going to be undertaken, having volunteered himself to appear before the Integrity Commission, something that the ANC went out to commend him for. So where we are, we will interact with reports when they are formally tabled. We will actually call on members of the ANC and everyone else who occupies a position of responsibility in the movement to desist from leaking information that might otherwise sponsor divisions in the organization. Give the ANC the necessary space to deal with issues that are before it.
So where's the man at the moment? Has he said anything?
Well, we believe he's in the Free State. He hasn't said anything yet. We tried to press Pule Mabe for an answer on that, but he's tight-lipped at the moment. Of course, he's in a precarious position. But he is the Secretary-General of the ANC and still, you could argue, the most powerful person in the ANC itself. So it would only be a matter of time before he voices his opinion.
All right, we can leave it right there. Thanks for that, Govan Whittles.